Good morning. Hey guys, we got a treat. Let me just say, I have a treat for you guys and for myself. I have a couple of special guests that are in here today that are dear to my heart. The first one is Miss Karli Brown. Karli is so special. Y'all see her with them braids on? What's those called? Locks? Locks?
Yeah, soft locks.
Oh, I self locks.
Soft locks.
Soft locks,
Yes.
baby. Isn't she gorgeous?
She's just one of the many beautiful brown ladies.
Yes,
I
yes.
see Miss Karen is online there also.
Oh.
Karen Brown. Hello there.
Okay, I just want to thank you. She is so special to me. Her family is so special. And of course, her baby sister is extremely special to me. Kelsey, if you're out there, much love from the Carter and your family over here. So how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh God, you're going to always be, we're going to call you all the time because you have so much to give and she's going to come. So tell the people a little bit about you and what brings you here this morning.
Well, my name is Karli. I am a financial educator. However, I was introduced to Miss Val and her husband by way of my sister, Kelsey. She interned for them, I want to say a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not even that long.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long ago.
Yes.
But from that point on, our relationship with each other, we've grown so much. We've learned so much. And every time we come together, it's always something that opens. There's always a new door that opens for us. So.
Oh, look at God.
Amen.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
That's what we do here at the Love and Victory Show. We just like to open up doors.
Yeah.
Open up minds.
Oh, come on now and have a conversation.
Y'all help elevate me as well. The many people that come onto the show, man, has really helped me to evolve as an individual. So I thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Again, y'all, for those that didn't know, I know we've had a lot of people that have joined in. Brother Carter is still in his shades because of.
I'm in mourning this morning.
He say he's still in mourning.
My Houston Cougars fell, and I don't want y'all to see the tears. I wish it would rain right now, so y'all wouldn't tell the difference between the rain and my tears.
So I'm gonna let him. We're gonna let him have his shades today.
God bless you, man.
We're not gonna bother him. We're gonna let him have.
God is gonna bless you for letting me wear my shades.
Thank you. And without further ado, let me just tell y'all, hey, y'all see this lovely lady over here in this gold sweater. This is Queen Shiba. I feel so honored, and you guys get to see her face.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Shiba is one of the top YouTubers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was hooked on phonics with her.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked on her long before I even thought about
began your own tour, huh?
Before I even began. And one day she spoke, and I'm going to go ahead and give my true testimony right now.
Mm-hmm.
One day you spoke and you were talking about, it was just a conversation. And in that conversation, you were talking about just really believing in yourself.
Uh-huh.
And just going for it. It wasn't on your topic, but you were in giving your conversation on the tube. You spoke to that. You spoke about that, and you really spoke to my soul. And I said, who is this woman? Because a lot of times we go up and down,
right.
Looking at YouTubers out there, and we're quick to want to click off.
Uh-huh.
But what's important to me, if I catch something that it feeds my soul, I kind of stay with it. And then I became a fan as she would break down. She broke down, or she was breaking down what was happening with the Shaquilla Robinson story. And the way she broke that down, all I could think of is if it was my child.
Wow.
I would love to have someone out there fighting and advocating for my child while I was, oh my God, my heart just goes out to the parents and to the family. But for you and what you're doing for the family, I commend you. So thank you for coming on the Love and Victory Show with Val. And what brings you here besides, hey?
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So what brings me here?
Yeah.
I think that advocate component that you talked about, just being able to stand in the gap for those that aren't necessarily well-rounded or have the communication skills to be able to say what they're really thinking and feeling. And
Mhm.
also the topic,
Mm.
you know, you are not alone.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
You are not alone.
You
These
are not.
unexpected battles, huh?
Yes. And when we think about community and villages, I feel like we've gotten so far removed from that by way of technology and just
Yes.
individualism. And when I saw the topic and you extended the invite, I was all over it. It was a
Oh.
no-brainer for
Wow.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, I think, and I don't want to belabor this conversation, but I think that I've seen, and there's some great YouTubers out there, but I think that what stood out to me so much is that when you're at that level,
Mhm.
that sometimes you can be too busy or too, you can get too busy for us little ones over here. And so it spoke volumes that you didn't hesitate when my team reached out for you to be a part. And I know that at the level you're at, you did your homework on me. So
I did.
I think
She vexed you.
So as we did, so I we must be doing something right. So
Yes,
thank
you
you
are.
again.
Mhm.
And
I have the good pleasure of having the queen sit right next to me.
Oh, you have that all the
Oh,
time.
yes.
Okay, wait a
All
minute
right.
now, Brother Carter. You don't have
All
a
right.
queen all the time. So you just put your foot in it.
No, you this queen, you just gave homage
Oh,
to
that
the
took it right
queen.
back.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
okay.
teasing with you. No, she is Queen Shiba, and she truly carries that title well.
Thank you.
So did anybody solve the riddle yet?
Riddle.
What's the
Yes.
riddle?
Okay, let's repeat the riddle, and then we are going to allow you ladies to do your cut the crap. Yeah, I heard about the cut the crap, huh?
No.
A little bit. We heard a little bit.
Yeah, I heard a little bit. Well,
Abigail, have anyone solved the riddle?
So sort of. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him because I think that this counts as the right answer.
okay, can you say
Is that on YouTube or is that on Facebook? All right,
It's on
Facebook. Come on, Facebook.
whatever?
So
Whatever.
the riddle question was, what has 15 diamonds but isn't rich? RJ was pretty close. He said, all I can think of is a card game like spades, which is true. Yes, it's a deck of cards. That's the answer.
Deck of cards.
Oh,
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Thank you, RJ. RJ is on Facebook. So
Oh, see.
and he got a shout out this morning also. I also want to give one more shout out to RJ. He did a cut the crap here.
What was his cut the crap?
Okay. Give me where you cut the crap at, RJ? Lord have mercy. I don't know
Thank
nothing
you,
about this
God.
technology.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Well,
Help me today, Lord.
while you're trying to find, there it is. It's up there now. They put it
There,
up.
okay, thank y'all.
Okay.
When people don't want to change but complain about everything in their lives,
cut the crap.
cut the crap.
Cut the
You know,
crap.
there's a lot of people out there complain
good-
about things in
I
their
like
life,
that.
Mm-hmm.
where they are in life, but they don't want to make no changes to make nothing different in their life. So that's good, RJ. Thank you for that.
All righty then. Now I'm going to turn over here to Karli. What is your cut the crap for today?
Should we tell her what it is?
Yeah, go ahead and tell her what it is.
So, the cut the crap is kind of like your time to just kind of let loose, complain a little bit. We're usually about positivity here
Mhm.
on the Love and Victory show, but sometimes it's nice to get a little to like a pet peeve or if something irked you this week. Now's your time to
To
let it
Cut the crap.
Yeah.
Cut the
Yeah.
crap.
Well,
I like that.
Stuff that other people need to stop doing. See, I drive on the highway, early in the morning every morning, and people be on the highway driving very, very slow. And I need to get somewhere, and they be on the highway like they don't have anywhere to go. So they need to cut that crap, or do I need to cut the crap
And
and start
early.
leaving earlier?
You need to start
Start
leaving
leaving
early.
I know a lot of
You need
people
to-
gonna say that.
Yes,
I was
you
gonna
need
go
to
with
leave
the
early.
first option. I was gonna tell you they need to cut.
Oh,
Thank you.
No, you need to leave early. Okay, then. So are you ready for your cut the crap?
Yes, I am. I actually have two responses to that to kind of backfall on that.
Okay.
I've always heard this quote. What's worse, the pain of change or the pain of regret?
Mm.
In other words, you have to make some type of change in order to move forward in life. And you have to get uncomfortable because normally the next level is going to take a different version of yourself
Yeah.
than what you were before.
Okay.
So of course you got to go through those changes.
Yes.
And then my other my
That
little,
wasn't a cut the crap. That was you philosophizing over there,
I
girl.
told you I had two. That was my first.
That was her first.
That was my little.
That's okay, baby.
You know,
That's
I gotta
fine. You
add
good.
my little
You-
my sauce to it.
Yeah, go
There you go. Cook, baby. Cook.
There we go. But my pet peeve, I would say one of my cut the craps would be, you know, granted, everything in life doesn't go the way we want things to go, and every day is not going to be perfect. My biggest pet peeve is when you have those frustrations and you take it out on others
Oh,
who
come
had
on.
nothing to do with it,
Mm.
especially in the workplace. I get that a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
unfortunate because we see it. Well, for me, from my perspective, I see it in a lot of older Black women,
Mm-hmm.
and I get where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But it's like cut the crap.
They
Like
need to cut the crap on
Yeah.
all that jealousy and all that envy. That's all it is,
Mhm.
well,
baby.
right, but I don't want to discredit the simple fact that they are going through something. You know, they do have their trials and tribulations, and
Mhm.
frustrations. It's just the way you go about
Mm.
dealing with it, and then you start to take it out on other people
Wow.
that didn't deserve that venom or whatever it was that you're
Right.
carrying.
I get what you're saying.
That's
They
my
need to
cut the
cut.
crap.
They
Cut the
need to
crap.
cut the crap.
Right,
They
right.
need to cut that crap. I'm with you on
I agree with you because a lot of
100.
people are going through a lot of things these days,
And, yes.
and you have to be careful that you're not spewing your venom, like you said,
Yeah.
out on other people. That's good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was
Alrighty.
that you.
That was
Warmed up. You were
All
cooking.
right, the
Alright,
queen.
then.
What the queen got going on
Miss
over
Queen
here?
Shiba, what you got?
I think I'm gonna piggyback off of RJ,
Okay.
and I'm gonna add on just a little bit to what he said. Everybody wants to be a diamond, but nobody wants to get cut.
Wow.
Cut the crap.
Cut the
Cut
crap.
the crap.
Wow.
You gotta. There's a process that you
Mhm.
have to respect to your craft, to life, everything. So
Mm.
you got to get cut.
Oh, you got to get cut.
You got to get cut.
Okay.
yeah.
That's a good one there. That's our warm up, and that's our cut the crap.
Mhm.
We're gonna come
See,
back.
this is unexpected stuff you get here on the Love and Victory show with Val. You know, you got to get cut
Oh,
in order to be a diamond.
okay then. Okay then.
You gotta look that up. YouTube it if you don't know what it means to be cut to be a diamond.
Okay then. Well, we have a couple of cut the craps. We're gonna go ahead and read off real quick. Give it to us.
Okay.
All right, so our first cut the crap today from the comments is Julie. We all have our struggles in life. Don't push your worries on others. Cut the crap.
Oh.
Is she YouTube or is she
She
Facebook?
is on Facebook.
Come on, Facebook.
No,
Come on
you-
now,
you know-
Facebook.
you know-
I hope I have some Palace members on YouTube. I need y'all to
Come on, we
represent.
need, we,
Like,
we
where's
need some
YouTube?
YouTube.
Come
What's
on,
up with
YouTube.
YouTube? Come on, y'all out here. We sitting up
That's
here
okay.
with,
That's okay. We got a YouTube one as well.
we're
Okay.
here.
sitting out here with 276 right now.
Don't
Come
be-
on,
don't
y'all.
hate
Don't
on
be
my
shy.
Facebook.
I need
Facebook.
y'all.
Peter from YouTube
Okay.
Oh.
says, learn to take responsibility.
Oh,
Cut the crap.
okay then.
Okay,
I
Peter.
like that. Come on, Peter. I think we have a few more over here.
And then another one from
Oh
Facebook.
God.
Vanessa said, those thinking themselves better than others. Cut the
Oh,
crap.
that's one of my homegirls. Good morning,
Yeah.
Vanessa. Welcome to the Love and Victory Show. And I would agree with you on that. Cut the crap.
I see a few Palace members in the audience. Linda Gamble, Willette Smith. We need y'all to participate.
Okay
Show up,
then.
y'all.
Show up.
And then we got one more from
Queen
Team
over
YouTube
here
here.
calling on the
Team-
palace.
Team-
over there.
okay, come on, team. YouTube.
Ebony said, everybody is
Okay.
not your friend. Cut the crap.
Okay.
That's Auntie in the mix. I see.
Okay, that's right. Okay, look, there you go. And you know what? Everybody's not. But you have
Yeah.
to use that discernment because they come like a thief at the night because they just swoop on in there.
Yeah.
They kind of wrap themselves all in, and they say those little nice things that
Yeah.
you want to hear, and before you know it, you done hooked yourself up with something that is not good for you. But if you'd have had your listening ear on
Yeah.
and your heart open and your eyes open, you would have been able to see that it wasn't good for you long before they got wrapped up. So
That was a
cut
good
that
one.
crap. I
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that.
And then to break the tiebreaker, we have another one from Facebook.
Oh God, I think you going.
I think you kind of Facebook.
That's because
vibes.
he know I can see what's going on over here. So I do believe it's Christian that's over there on the Facebook responding to the crew. So he's looking out for y'all. Who's responding to Okay, Abigail, you need to get to work. To our YouTubers.
All right.
Okay.
Todd from Facebook says, without your parents, you are nothing. So don't be rude to them ever. Cut the crap.
Cut the crap.
Alrighty, that's-
Cut the crap.
All right. It's so true.
I
That's
think
a
that
good
you
one.
calling out the YouTube crew, though, led to some more people commenting. We got a bunch more YouTube.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay, well, we got a show to do right now,
That's
so we
okay.
don't.
No. See, wait. I am the host. Look at him. He's trying to hate over here. Come on, give me my YouTubers. Give it to me.
Thank y'all, YouTube. Well, we have a show
Yes,
to do right
thank
now.
you.
Come on, YouTube.
We'll share a couple more. Sharon from
Okay.
YouTube said, who said we are friends? Cut the crap.
Oh, okay. All right, Sharon, you
Who
coming
you
in
talking
hard
to?
and hot.
He said, who you talking to?
She might be talking to us. No, she ain't talking to us. Okay. Who else we have?
And then
Oh, Linda Gamble
Linda
said,
coming in with take accountability. Cut the crap.
there
Yes,
you go.
Linda Gamble is actually one of my moderators for my page. So thank you, Linda.
Okay, then. See, she got that family out here.
Yes.
She didn't call the palace in on us. God,
That's
the
what we
queen
like.
and called on all the.
I love that. I love
She
it.
called in the knights and
Okay.
everybody.
The Duchesses, the Prince, the Frog,
I
a little bit of
tell you,
everybody.
Well, it is time for the acronym so we can get this show going. Abigail, you ready to give it this morning?
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna get that pulled up on the screen here.
And you might want to pull the
There
mic
we go.
just a little closer. There you go.
Okay, so the sorry, I was about to say the cut the crap. The
I know.
acronym for this week is FIGHT. So our title today is Unexpected Battle. You're not alone. We're gonna be
Mhm.
talking about just supporting people and being there for the people around you. So this is the acronym that's kind of going to introduce the show, get us in the mindset.
Mhm.
F is for feeble, weak, or
Mhm.
lacking in strength. I is for incumbent, necessary as an obligation or duty. Good-hearted, kind to others.
That's the G.
That's the G, yes.
Mhm.
H is hard, something firm in texture, demanding, difficult, or unforgiving. And then T is temporary, lasting only unlimited period of time.
Okay,
Mhm.
then. Okay. That's a great, thank you for that acronym because
Yeah.
it's truly going to break this conversation down. It helps us to focus. And we always like to start off for those of you that are first time listeners, we do the acronym. And again, the title of the show is Unexpected Battle. You're not alone.
And Abigail just gave you a word
Mhm.
when you're dealing with unexpected battles.
Yeah.
She say fight.
Yeah. Okay, then fight, press through. And with this conversation, we start off with a question. We'll throw a few questions in. And from there, it's not a yes or a no, it's to start the conversation off. And so it's never for just one person. Whoever wanted, we go with it. Or I will turn and just say, hey, can you give me that answer? Or what's your feeling on it? So I'm going to start off with the first one. What is the hardest part of being a supporter? If we're talking about unexpected battles and we're stating that you're not alone, what is the hardest part of being a supporter?
Queen.
Hey, Queen, I see you over there. Come on,
Oh,
Queen.
God.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one. I would probably say overcommitment.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Overcommitment
that
to
down.
somebody else's challenges. Because a lot of times we jump in and we can overcommit, expecting them to move
Mhm.
before they're ready to move or have the coping strategies and skills. So we become frustrated, or we can become frustrated sometimes because we feel like, well, you're not really listening. I've already given you the solution to the problem. And you find yourself, if and when you find yourself frustrated or feeling indifferent, you're probably overcommitted.
But do you think that's the frustration comes in because we are at a place that we're trying to move them along at our pace?
Yes.
And then we are saying to them, you should be over it, or you should respond this way. And that's where our frustration.
Absolutely. Because we want to get in the driver's seat. We're supposed to be passengers, right? Helping them.
Right.
So you may want to turn right, but a lot of times we jump in the driver's seat
Yes.
and we begin to drive the strategy as opposed to just assisting.
Okay.
strategy
You
or the
speaking
youth.
as an advocator,
Yes.
correct? And,
Yes.
Yes.
and you do advocate for others
Yes.
outside of yourself.
Yes.
All the time.
So you have to dial yourself back sometimes, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. And a lot of us, we struggle with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's coming from a place, and please jump in, Karli. Do you think that that's coming from a place of really not wanting to see someone you care about hurt, and you kind of want them to get out of that spot, or do you see it as you're really trying to show that you're that person that can help fix it because you are a fixer?
Oh, I'm gonna let
Mm.
Karli jump in
Okay.
on this.
I mean, it could be really a case by case basis. You know,
Mhm.
It depends on that person's intentions, the supporter's intentions.
Mhm.
And then to kind of, because I like where this is going, to add on to that,
Mhm.
as a supporter, my mentor has always taught me, as you're growing with people, you have to allow them to be who they are until they're willing to grow themselves.
Mm.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
So
That's exactly right.
yeah,
Your mentor is doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, often as leaders and as advocators,
Mhm.
we tend to want to push the narrative
mm-hmm.
where we think it should be going. We know it where it need to go, but the people we are supporting sometimes are not actually ready or
Mhm.
willing to go the
Well-
distance that you as an advocate or
Well,
let's say-
that's the thing, because we honestly want, some of us leaders,
Mhm.
and a leader doesn't take their hat off just because of one situation to the next. That's just who you are. That's how you are built.
Mhm,
That's
that's your
how you're
makeup.
wired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so you always kind of want to take the real
Mhm.
and go fix it, or take the lead on something. And
Mhm.
the difficult thing, and I put myself in that situation, the difficult thing is dialing it back. And I'm at a place now in my life, and it's so much more peaceful. I'm at a
Mhm.
place now in my life that I don't want to act. I'm not God. I don't want to be the fixer,
Mhm.
and I don't want to carry the burden. I will walk with you in that process, but I don't
Mhm.
want to carry it alone.
That's good stuff.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Okay, then. Well, Brother Carter, you had anything else on that?
No. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good on that.
Do you consider yourself empathetic person? Do people usually lean on you for support and advice? And I'm
I
going to
think you
pause
have
on
to
that.
be at.
Oh,
okay.
I'm going
My
to
bad.
pause
My
on
bad.
that.
There's empathy and sympathy.
Yeah.
They're what are they? What's that term? Analogies.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm not quite sure which one of those that I have personally. I can say that when it comes to certain situations with people, I'm very good, and I think that's a gift from God at actually, even if I've never been in that situation before, I
Mhm.
can feel the frustration that comes out of it from you, or I guess we would say empathize.
Mhm.
And even in some instances, I would probably sympathize with them as well.
Now, is there a difference between empathy and sympathy?
There is.
Okay.
There is.
What is that different? What is that?
Definition.
Let me Google
What
it.
is that?
Look,
What does that look
Queen
like?
Shiba
What does
for-
that
Thank
difference
God
look
for
like?
Google, because I wouldn't be.
Yeah, let me put that
We
up.
say thank God for Google.
Or maybe once somebody tuned in can look it up and comment for us.
Yeah. What's the difference between
Uh,
empathy and sympathy?
Abigail got it.
Don't quote me, this isn't like a direct definition, but my interpretation of the difference is
Mhm.
empathy is like feeling emotions for others, being
Mm.
able to like understand or relate to that person's emotions, even if you're not necessarily feeling them. Whereas sympathy, I see more as closer to like pity, like you feel bad for somebody, like
Okay.
you can feel sadness for them. And I think a lot of people are capable of feeling sympathy, but I don't think as many people are capable of empathy.
So empathy, you would
good.
say, is coming from a level of understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And like I said, that's not the dictionary definition. That's kind of how I understand those words to me.
Hey, can someone out there in YouTube land
Mhm.
give us the definition of empathy and sympathy?
Yeah.
All righty then, and then we'll read that out.
I guarantee you, Facebook gonna come up
Come
with
on,
a better.
come on, YouTube.
Oh, come on, YouTube. We call it on
All right.
YouTube.
So, according to Merriam-Webster,
Okay.
in general, sympathy is when you share the feelings of another. Empathy is when you understand the feelings of another, but do not necessarily share them.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Okay. All righty then. Well, we got some
And now she's from Facebook also.
No, she was not. That was-
Miriam?
no. So you know what? I cannot with y'all. You know what?
That was a good one.
That you know what? Y'all are really bad around here. Okay, then. If we could, let's talk about a time. Well, actually, I'm going to go over here to Queen Shiba. You're dealing with a case right now that is, we all should have empathy and sympathy for this family. How do you keep yourself? Because while you're looking through and doing your investigation on what is going on, how do you keep the emotions separated out so that you can really be a help?
What was the F in fight?
It was feeble, weak, lacking in strength.
Pulling back.
Oh.
Becoming feeble intentionally, pulling back to say, wait a minute, I'm starting to feel some kind of way about this.
Yeah.
I'm mad, I'm irritated, I'm angry. Now I'm starting to judge.
Mm.
So let me give myself permission to be feeble and go rejuvenate on this, to step away from this.
Because you can find yourself really engulfed into a situation and all your emotions and feelings and
so sometime what I'm hearing you say is that you can get so involved in your feelings about something that you miss
see that
out.
kind of shows me the difference
Yeah.
between sympathy and empathy. See, sympathy, you can when you sympathize with somebody.
Sympathize,
Yeah,
there you go.
I got my own,
That's
on
that
my own
Urban
words.
Dictionary.
Yes. See, that's something on the surface.
Yeah.
But see, when you empathize with somebody, you didn't got all the way in there now.
Overcommitment.
Yes, see, you done got all. I see. I'm feeling this thing right now.
Okay. So, Karli, you want to take a little bit of that?
Do I want to take a little bit of it?
Or you just want to pass?
No, because I had my train of thought, then I lost it because we were talking about.
I know, Brother Carter keep on
Feeble.
opening
We were
his
talking
mouth.
about feeble.
We were talking about being feeble, but we were also talking about when should you pull back?
When should you pull back?
That's what I want to talk. Emotional intelligence.
Mm.
You know, a lot of us, we aren't aware of our emotions. And another thing is we aren't aware of how we respond to those emotions. Even as a leader, you feel emotions as well. So that's something that can help in those situations is be aware of how it's making you feel.
Yeah.
And are these emotions of benefit to you? If so, how do I move forward with this? And it's okay to also ask for help.
Oh, wow.
Okay, sous
Okay.
Carli
Do you
is
see? Is she cooking over here or what? Yes.
That girl say sometimes the helper need help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We're human.
So when you are at a place, and I love to just dig in more on something. So when you're at a place and those emotions are high and you need help, but you're so used to helping others and you really don't know how to ask for help, what would you say to that person that struggles with?
Spiritually, I tell you you really, really need to build your relationship with God because that's the only being, that's the only person. I don't want to say person because he's not a person. You guys get where I'm going with this.
Yes.
That could help you with that when it becomes too overwhelming. And then you also need to be aware of your circle, especially your close circle.
Yeah.
Who's pouring into you? Because every day you're listening to something. Every day you're hearing something, music, who you're talking to in conversation. So all of these things come into play when situations like that happen. So if you don't have someone to seek within your circle, then it's time to make some rearrangements.
Oh my God. Do y'all hear this young lady over here speaking? She is pouring into, Karli, I don't like to call people's age out, but I think right now, you need to tell the people how old you.
Well, you know what?
Because wisdom. Let me tell you why. Sometimes us old folks think
Never asked a lady their age.
Well, no. Sometimes you can. I always say you can learn something from anyone, and sometimes us old matured people think that we got a handle on all the knowledge. So if you don't mind, can you share your age?
Last time I was here, I was 24.
Come on now.
But now Thank God I'm here. I'm 25.
I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You know,
I'm
wisdom.
impressed.
Thank
Do
you.
you understand? Wisdom comes from, I mean, you know, God will drop a seed in someone to be a blessing for something to grow in
Mhm.
you. So don't get so caught up on, well, she's too young or he's too young. I can't learn anything from him. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. All righty then. Woo.
And Facebook, y'all got to stop because y'all got me looking at all these comments and stuff
What
coming on here, and I
exactly?
can't get involved in the conversation right now.
Carly,
Y'all
they're
got
saying
me
they
all happy.
appreciate you.
Oh my God. You know, we're gonna have to oh my God. I don't even want to. Yeah, I have to. There is some great comments over here. Can we just I'm doing something a little different and then we're gonna come back into the conversation.
Mhm.
If you could take a couple of the YouTubes and we're gonna read a few of them from the
Know all
YouTube.
about the YouTube.
And then we'll come back to the Facebookers. Okay, go ahead.
Since I'm team YouTube today,
Okay.
I'll do some of the YouTube comments. Let's see. We had
Ebony Guillory.
Ebony,
Yeah, come on with her.
She said she responded to our empathy versus sympathy. She said, empathy means that you feel what a person is feeling. Sympathy means that you understand what the person is feeling. So I think that's the main difference that we found between the two words. One is being like, okay, cool, I hear you. And then one is like actually understanding and like being able to feel that person's
Correct.
emotions. Another YouTube comment, Stephen said, you know, they may be the same word, but we use them very differently.
Mhm.
And we're in a lot of appreciation for Karli on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes, people hyping you up.
Yes.
Okay. I see y'all.
Yeah, so YouTube is Team Karli today.
Okay.
All right, all right,
Yes. I tell you, we're going to really show love for Miss Karli because she's going somewhere. She is going somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay,
On
I'm
the Facebook comments.
Facebook. Let's see what they got to say. Come on. Facebook.
Okay, so we got Jeanette over here dropping some wisdom. Parents may be the passengers, but the driver has to be us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she said the drivers have to be the individual.
The younger generation.
Oh, the younger generation.
Mhm.
Okay, us. All right.
I like what Julie had to say.
What did Julie have to say? We're
She
not.
said we all have our struggles in life, but don't push your narrative on other people.
Now, I love that.
That's a good one.
That's a
I
very
paraphrase a little bit on that. I
that's,
don't have my glasses, Julie. Forgive me.
well, you did good, Brother Carter. Okay.
And then just a little bit more love for
Well, it's taking you a while over that. They
For
haven't given you. They don't have them coming. You gotta
He's
fish through
accepting
it.
those cash apps. that
Yeah,
Facebook
I don't know,
is
Team
paying him.
Facebook today.
Right?
Team Facebook today is the comments are raining in.
Okay,
I
then.
think Team YouTube's gonna have to get a little more involved.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
Come on,
this so-
Team YouTube. Where we at?
Where we at? Come on now. What is Facebook saying? Dead.
Facebook saying a whole lot.
They did in the water over there. Sound like it. I don't hear anything.
And Facebook said, don't you think everyone needs your support at a point in their life, at some point in their lives?
Well,
That's from
we
Matthew.
do. I
In
do.
other words, you don't just volunteer your support to a
Mhm.
lot of people. I'm gonna help you out on that, Matthew. Don't just volunteer yourself to help somebody all the time, because until they ask for your support.
Well,
I feel that.
I definitely feel that because I think sometimes you can get in the way of their
Mhm.
process and
Right.
what they need to gain. And then, of course, it can also be offensive because they may
Sure.
not be ready
Yeah.
to
Right.
open up or even talk about it.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
you just think about your own life, somebody trying to, like when you lost your father,
Yeah, oh
so,
my
so to
God.
speak.
Yeah.
And people pushing the narrative that, he's in a better place, you're gonna be all right, and all this
Move
kind of stuff.
on.
No, and not allowing you to go through the process
Yeah.
of mourning and healing,
Mhm.
and so sometimes you can be too pushy on things and
Well,
trying
for
to help
sure.
you, call ourselves trying to help you.
But they actually
But-
end up hurting you
right.
more
Yeah.
because you have to allow a person to go through their own process, and everybody's process is different.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna take this next question in here. How do you know when it's you need to take a step back and take care of yourself? That's a good one there. How would you know when it's time to take a step back to take care of yourself, Brother Carter?
I
You know,
think for most people, they don't really know when they're overwhelmed, when you're in the midst of a situation, you just continue to plow like the old muse syndrome, should I say. Just keep on plowing and plowing and plowing, and you don't even know that you're actually overwhelmed and overdoing and overgoing in life. And sometimes you don't know until you get
Till you
to
hit
your
that
sick
wall.
bed or whatever it takes for God to put you down and say it's time for you to take a little rest now. And some people in this life, especially you ladies,
No.
yeah, there's no offense,
Yeah.
but y'all like muse these days. Y'all just keep on. Y'all like the little train that you know what they're saying.
The little engine that
Yeah.
could.
The little engine that could just kept on
I think
chugging
I
on.
can.
Yeah, you know, and y'all don't. A lot of times y'all don't know when to say.
Well, you know, I'm gonna take.
Or even smell the roses. Or
Well,
drink the coffee.
I'm gonna take that because a lot of times that's one of the things, and that's why I went to you, because a lot of times I have so many balls up in the air, and Lawrence is always saying, Brother Carter is always saying to me, "Okay, sis, you know, pump your brakes." And when he say that word to me, pump my brakes, I know I need to, but it's like a trigger. And it's one of those words that just kind of irritates the heck out of me because
pump your brakes.
Yes, because I know that I need to kind of fall back and relax. But what he's doing, he's actually trying to help me. And so, yes.
And that's why I booked a trip to Cabo, St. Lucius, so she can take a woosah for a moment.
When are y'all going?
Baby, we're not going to Cabo. You don't even know where you booked it for two. See, we are going to Jamaica, baby. Montego Bay.
Hell,
that's when you just
it's somewhere across the pond and some water.
That's where Lord, y'all see what I'm gonna do. That's when you just give up your card and you don't even know where that card is getting swiped to go.
Now, how you confuse Mexico with Jamaica?
Say that again. See, that's what's
okay.
See, get
okay.
You're the queen. I'm the king.
No, come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We actually got a pretty good Facebook question just now. This one's directed at the hosts.
Oh, okay. Come on.
I want to know this from Brother Carter and Val. We all had a time as a teenager where we would rebel. Do you guys have any of these type of experiences?
Say that again.
Oh.
We all had a time as a teenager where we rebelled. Do you guys have any type of experience like this?
Personally?
Yeah, go ahead with yours first.
Of course. I mean, we all
answer the question. When they throw it at us, we can't just lob it right back.
I'm gonna put it in this form. When I was a child, I act as a child. I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put those childish things away. So yes, when I was young, I did do some rebellious things in life. And sometimes when we get old, we still go back to our youthful way of thinking and we rebel against things in our lives. And so, yeah, the answer to the question is absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. On the Love and Victory show and the Candid Conversation, I'm full transparent. And so, if I to answer that question, yes, I did rebel. I was the baby, very spoiled, but was also
still.
Okay. But I was also very focused on trying to always do the best for my mother and father. And I think a lot of it was because my mom worked so much. I wanted to do things to make sure that I kept a smile on her face and to get the attention. And so if I can say where I rebelled at, I knew right from wrong, but I got with my husband a little too soon. But thank God we worked through that. process, and we're still here
So
standing.
you saying you rebelled when you got with me?
Well,
too
no,
soon?
I lost focus. I rebelled because instead of me going to track practice, I was sneaking over to your house.
Oh,
Now,
so-
okay, then. So I'm gonna call
Okay,
it
Brother
out.
Carter.
So
Because Brother Carter had it going on
Oh,
like that. You understand?
Oh, Lord. I think we have to. And the reason I'm being honest about that, because a lot of times we like to sugarcoat as if we, especially us older people, we mature people, I don't want to say older, mature
Mhm.
people, we want to act as if we never did anything
You
wrong.
never rebelled against the
And,
nation, huh?
No, we never did anything wrong. And then we look at our children, and the first thing we want to say to them, get it together, and then we want to leave our story untold and behind. So the one thing that I pride myself on is that my children never have to hear anything about me from someone else. I am a complete open book.
I love that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
because people will destroy your legacy. They
Mhm.
can destroy your legacy if you
Mhm.
don't tell it.
All right.
So I'm going to tell my own. So that is it. Anybody else want to take that question?
And keeping in the fashion of unexpected battles.
Mhm. I got pregnant. Oh, that was. But we
Where did that come from?
Well, that's
Brother
unexpected.
Carter.
That's where it came from, because you said that, and keeping it in perspective
Yeah.
of an unexpected battle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got pregnant. Remember, I was sneaking around.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Honesty. All righty then.
All right then. That's
Brother
unexpected
Carter's in the
battle.
hot seat.
Well, we always honest. So, did you have any unexpected battles? Queen Shiba.
Oh gosh.
Come on
Okay. We gonna keep it real? Or we gonna keep it
We
real?
have to keep it real.
Absolutely real.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I
Because
was
we're gonna be a blessing to somebody that's listening.
okay, so we'll keep it real then.
Mhm.
I think I was born to be wild.
Mhm.
I was the middle child, number 3 of
Born
5.
to be
Lawrence,
wild.
I was born to be wild. I think just by way of the mental, physical, and the spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I just kind of feel like God didn't put a lot of limits on me. So I grew up as this like wildflower as a little girl, particularly in a house full of boys, right?
Okay.
So I never, my mom didn't place a lot of limitations on me because I was born a female. A lot of times when girls are coming up, you can't do this because you're a girl. You can't do that. You got to watch this. But she never inflicted that line of thinking on me. So I've always looked at life as I got it. I can do it. So take that into consideration. I don't think I've ever utilized the F in fight, where I've given myself permission to be feeble. I was a honor student, athlete.
Come on now.
All of that good stuff that looks good on the outside.
On the outside.
But I did not know that I was
sis.
crumbling on the inside as an adolescent. So let me pause. So 2 weeks before my high school graduation, age 18, I attempted suicide, like literally. And I woke up and they were doing life-saving techniques on me and they saved my life. And that's crazy because I was having like this emotional turmoil, but I didn't even know what it was as an adolescent. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what those feelings and or emotions were, because we didn't have those kind of conversations in our house.
Yes.
But I think that's why I show up not rebellious, but wild. Because when you get a second chance,
come on now,
you're just happy to be here. And probably for me, that's one of those. What was the question? Like one of my moments, one of my wild moments.
Wild moments.
Right.
The question was, did I ever rebel?
Yeah.
As a young,
And I think that attempted suicide is I was rebelling against my feelings and emotions as opposed to processing and navigating, if that makes any sense.
Well, it makes total sense, because I think
because there's so many people in that place right now today
that don't make it neither.
Right.
And we don't even talk about this like in the Black community.
Yeah.
Like to hear a Black girl or a Black guy say, or anybody, to be honest with you, let me take the color out. But the only reason why I say that is I've never heard another Black woman say, I struggle with that also. And if so, we don't talk about
because we didn't mental illness was not talked about in our community.
Mhm.
It was something that, we had to, come on now, you just need, child either just need their butt whooped
Yeah.
or you need to get yourself together. Say that again.
Brushed under the rug.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Are you being bad?
Are you being
or-
bad? And so,
Yeah.
no, it's real.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
real. And that, it was so funny you were saying that.
Yeah.
You touched me, but we're going to come back to my
Okay.
side.
Well, a lot of things were not discussed in our community. Mental illness was one. Homosexuality is another one
Mhm.
that we never talked about in the community. These things were like shame to the family, or so to speak.
Well, I think
Yeah,
a lot of I think again, that was something that it was still going on, and it
Right.
was shame to the family because the family didn't talk
And,
about it.
yeah, and
so
that's
when
why a lot
something
of
drip out,
suicide
yes,
is taking
Anything out
place
of
today.
righteous
Yeah,
living
Yes.
was not
Mhm.
talked about.
right.
Anything out
Even
of
though we were
perfection.
living like
doing some
savages,
Yeah.
yes.
we
doing
don't talk
everything
about
under the sun.
Well,
but,
it still
you know,
happened if we think
yeah.
about it. It happens in the church right now, and that's why we have and I'm going to go there.
Mhm.
That's why we have so many of our young really struggling with going into the church,
Yeah.
and because we are,
Again, this is just candid conversation.
Yeah.
we are on one hand we're telling them that this is what is expected of God. This is what you're supposed to do. And they see you in church on Sunday, but they also see you Sunday afternoon doing something altogether different. And so that I think it's putting a lot of confusion out there and
Yes.
really not helping the young or even some of the old ones really deal with their brokenness.
Yeah.
And that should be the house of healing.
So let me say this here to the young ladies out there that are born to be wild like Queen was is. when you're a young girl out there and you have a lot of brothers and stuff like she have. When you wear your dress, put some shorts on. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, now I really thought he was going to come with something profound,
That
but
was
that is
profound.
very profound for
Put
him.
some shorts on.
Okay, but you literally, I felt for my daughters because they were not going out that door with the dress on.
Put some
without
shorts on. That's right. Put some shorts on there. Put some shorts under there.
So, Karli,
Yeah, because
know,
I feel like Karli got something to say. I can see it in her eyes.
I'm ready. Come on in here.
Talk about rebel.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Did you say rebel?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Who hasn't rebelled? Well, in a sense, I've always okay. So let me explain the type of child I was, so you can understand.
I know
why.
because your mama listening.
Okay. But long story short, growing up, I've always been that child that if you told me no, I'm gonna ask you why, because I've never been the type to be like, okay, because you said no. I want to know why. Why did you say no? I can't do that. Or why did you say so? Growing up, my parents, my mom, she told me I never in my life thought I would have to put a leash on one of my children. But you happen to be that one. See, I was that type of kid where if you would put a leash on me, I was like maybe 2 years old walking.
Yeah.
My parents would put a leash on me. We'd be in the store. They look up. Next thing you know, they realize they're pulling somebody else's kid. I took the leash off and I put it on somebody else.
Wow.
Oh,
That's the type of individual I've always been growing up. It's like I don't like the sense of someone's thumb being on me. Granted, you have to respect your parents. But growing up, my parents also learned that with me being that type of, I would say, rebellious child, that there had to be some type of, I guess, releasing
leeway for you,
Right.
just to
And
have a little freedom and
right. And they're still learning that with me now. And we're navigating through that, if that makes sense. But yeah, rebelling, I've always been that child that, I'm gonna do. I don't care what you tell me to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And it's not in a sense of being mischievous or like
disrespectful.
right. It was because I want to know why.
Yeah.
Oh, you that child.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I love it.
I do too. That being that type of individual means that you're going to question. And I think questioning something versus just going head in first is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say smart people are the ones that ask the most questions.
Yes. So
Yes, that's what it is.
very good.
So I want to thank Jason for opposing that particular question that stimulated all this conversation about rebellious?
I want to go back to this unexpected battle.
Let's go.
You know,
What does that look like to you? Unexpected battle. Can you describe a unexpected battle in your life today?
well, very good, Brother Carter. You know, you playing, you doing this co-hosting very well.
I'm just trying to help.
You're doing
That's
so
all.
good. No, really,
Yeah.
no shade.
Yeah.
The unexpected battle that I had this week.
Mhm.
As you guys know, I travel quite a bit.
Mhm.
And I had a situation with one of my clients that could have, I could have, I don't think I've even shared this yet.
You probably
We
haven't.
had a meeting
I just-
with some other, that we're doing a transition.
Mhm.
And I've been working with this client for a while now.
Mhm.
And there was a situation where they basically just spoke over all the work that I had been doing. And
Mhm.
someone that just came through the door, they gave all the credit.
Mhm.
And so as I said, they put in an email
Mhm.
and then CC'd me on it. And I didn't see it at first until the plane stopped. And when I landed, I read this email.
Mhm.
And at first, when I read it, I'm like,
Mhm.
was it shade? Should I be in my feelings?
Mhm.
Or is this an opportunity for me to teach them something? And so I said, and this is a very good client, thank God for him.
Mhm.
I said, no, this is a time for me to teach them something because
Mhm.
I know my value.
Mhm.
So I sent,
So you felt devalued by
Well,
this.
She claimed her
Message.
value.
I claimed my value. I didn't feel
No, she felt this way before she
no,
felt
I'm
that
saying
way.
to you,
Okay,
I said,
come on,
no, I
come on.
didn't. I felt I needed to let him know
Mhm.
I know my value.
Mhm.
So I sent a text message, and that text message, I said, I pretty much let them know that I didn't appreciate
Mhm.
that email. If you wanted to give someone that just came on the scene for this meeting all of those accolades, you could have kept me off of it.
Mm.
And to do that is completely disrespectful. I felt like that was a political move, and sometimes we have to play that game, but you cannot play it with me.
Mhm.
And I ask that you not respond to this text message right now because I am getting ready to turn my phone off,
Mhm.
and we can talk when I'm in a better frame.
Mhm.
And so they start calling, and I said again, you're still not I know
Mhm.
my
Respecting.
value. And so I didn't respond to him.
Mhm.
And I thought about it later because I got a beautiful, yesterday, a beautiful, and they put about 20 people on it, apology. And I thank God for that because what that taught me, I taught them something. They were not trying to tear me down. What they were trying to do is build this new person up coming on the team. And in doing that, what they did was they broke the team. They could have broken the team, but I needed to let them know that you're going to respect my value here because
Mhm.
I respect my value.
I love this story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
What you got
how
on
would
that,
you have
Queen?
handled? How would you have handled that situation?
Well, honestly, in a similar sense, because in a similar sense, because what you really did was you set boundaries. You had boundaries that were already established. You knew your value. You already knew what you were bringing to the table because
Mhm.
you've done the necessary things to get to where you are.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I agree. And I'm sure based on how you presented yourself in that email,
Mhm.
they received it versus having some kind of emotion attached to
Mhm.
it because you came from a respectable sense,
Mhm.
if I'm making sense.
Yes, exactly.
So that's how they were able to learn from it because it was simple communication
Mhm.
and you were straightforward, you were honest, and your intentions were pure.
Yes, yes.
So
That was my unexpected battle.
Right.
Flying back.
So Queen, let me ask you this.
Okay.
So when you are faced with unexpected battles in life, sometimes things will come into your life and that'll make you get into your own feelings, should I say. Should you respond to those unexpected battles immediately, how would you handle that? Should I say? How would you handle the
Actually, I was
unexpected?
actually getting ready
Yeah.
to have her go ahead. Dawn.
So that was actually a teaching moment for me, just hearing you share your story, because I tend to suffer in silence,
Mhm.
and I have to process,
Mhm.
and then I toggle between should I,
Or
should I not,
Mhm.
should I, and also
You must be a Libra.
Scorpio.
Mhm.
My husband's a Libra,
Okay.
but they say I have a lot of Libra in my chart, in my birth chart. So you just gave me the freedom
Yes.
to be, the permission to be,
Yes. Well,
the permission to be, to say, hey, listen,
no,
we're not doing that.
we're
that
not
way.
doing that. Well, actually, on the email, there was one of a subordinate that report
Mhm.
up to me, and I knew that's also a female, and I knew that mama wasn't just. It was about me making sure that you understood my value, because I know it, but it wasn't also just about me. It was also for the people that was on that, especially the young lady, because I knew that if I did not respond to that email,
Mhm.
then I was also giving them permission to discount her work.
Mhm.
And so you have to. I just believe that sometimes God put unexpected battles in your
Mhm.
life, and you can't be afraid to go there. He got you.
Yeah.
And
And that's one thing I love and admire about you, Val. That you will face the unexpected battle head on, face to face, where I'm very reserved and will sit back on it, and wish I had a,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Wish I had a said, or wish I had a done.
well,
And you're not that kind of
I
individual.
always think when you do, for me, I can't
Mhm.
speak for anybody else, but when I allow something to just fester, it
Mhm.
literally eats at me,
Right.
almost to a point that I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I was reading that text,
Mhm.
that email, sitting on that plane, it was almost like I wanted to just scream, because you got to
Suffocating you, so to
and I
speak.
was sitting there, and
Mhm.
part of me wanted to pick that phone up and call, and the Holy Spirit said, just like they put that on that, give it right on
That
back.
same email
give
with
it-
the same people on it.
Yeah.
Give it right
Yeah,
on back.
I want to add something. Like, I have a
Mhm.
so corporate America teaches you not to do that.
That's right.
And that's
It did
the
that to
struggle
me.
and the challenge. And I have a very high profile role in corporate America as a product developer.
Mhm.
And when I say I'm the only one at the table, like, I don't
Mhm.
have a lot of backup for my
Mhm.
ideas. So I'm always in those situations, but I'm also
Reserved.
like you sometimes I am, but most of the time I do not come and face it head on, like you have shared that you have. And I retreat, but I'm frustrated.
Right, within
Right.
yourself.
Because I'm not really living my truth.
Mhm.
And when you're not living your truth, you're not really being as productive as you could be.
Wow.
And driving that engine and driving that component in the enterprise.
Mhm.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm like really learning in this moment, because I've been afraid in some scenarios to speak out. So now that
Mhm.
makes me question, are you really as confident as you
Mhm.
think you are?
See,
Well,
see what the Love and Victory show
Yeah.
do. It'll make you aware of who you are, when you really don't want to be aware of what you.
well, let me say this
Go
part,
ahead.
Brother Carter. It's kind of like, and don't beat yourself up, because when I was in corporate America, that was part of the reason why I left corporate America, because I too was the only one in the room. And
Mhm.
so it was very it's you go through your head, like, I don't want to mess it up for the next possible person coming
Mhm.
through. I don't want to be labeled as this angry
Mhm.
woman.
There it is,
and-
right there.
Domineering.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't want to be called. And what ends up happening, you're not functioning at your
Mhm.
full potential.
Yeah.
And I thank God that I have, and I like to say, evolved from that, because you have to speak up for yourself, whether you're a male or a female, but it's how you speak up. You don't allow other people to control your reactions to their ignorance. So again, and I think in this situation, in no way am I calling the individual that sent that out ignorant, but the act was very ignorant.
Gotcha.
So let me just put this disclaimer out there.
Sure.
I don't want Carter crew going out Monday morning with your frustrations on the job and say, I'm gonna tell on so and
Yeah,
so and
tell
so
'em
just
how
how I
you
feel.
feel. Yeah.
Let me make sure.
We do not.
Let me make sure I put this disclaimer on here. I am not recommending that.
Because I was in my feeling. I'm finna let them have it Monday morning.
Let me put my disclaimer. I don't recommend that you do that until you have really gotten to a place to be able to truly articulate and pull it all together what you want to say. Because if you're speaking in your emotions and in your feelings, you're going to, well, I guess I was too. But then just give us time. Yeah. Give us some time. Don't do it don't just.
Everybody don't react the same way when they're in their emotions.
Right.
And
That's true.
so when you're in your emotion and you're an emotional individual, it might be beneficial, should I say, for you to just take a deep breath.
Take a woosah. Karen Phillips, I think this is your co-worker saying, take a woosah. Abigail is telling me that I have to take a break. She's about to, and we'll be right back. Are you ready for what you getting ready to give me some more? Can I hear that Asada song one more time? I want the people to hear.
Let's give a shout out to
Asada. Is this artist has been on what are some of those top radio stations that sign you? Come on, I can't get the name of it out. That sign the
She's
artist.
A recording artist?
Yeah, she's a recording artist, but she's been signed with some of the top not Epic. What are they? Sony, some of the best top ones. I can't even call it. I don't know, my mind just went blank there.
Anyway.
But I really want you guys to hear this song, and I think it's so befitting for what we're talking about right now. And if you guys like it or don't like it, this is her first time debuting it, and I absolutely love it that she's doing it on the Love and Victory show with Val. Put in the comments whether or not you like it or you dislike it.
And the song is called Why.
Righty. All righty. We had to it got a little heavy for me. And I hope that me telling my story bless someone out there, because it definitely, it just feels good when you advocate and stand up for yourself. And you shouldn't feel guilty about requiring others to respect you. And especially when you are putting in the work and you're respecting yourself. So before I turn and wrap this thing up, we're at that time of the hour. I want to ask you guys, how did y'all feel about that Asada song, Asada Storm, that song, Why? I feel like it was definitely befitting for the conversation. I'll ask the ladies in the studio. What did you think? Did you hear it? Did you enjoy it?
I got parts of it.
You did?
In and out of our conversation. I like how I would assume she's talking about, I guess, knowing your why. That fight, knowing what that fight is, as to why it is you're doing what it is, that whatever endeavor that you're pursuing, you got to know why you're doing it. Because as long as you know why you're doing it, you won't let go.
You will not.
You won't let up.
Wow. Okay. And what did you hear? Did you get a
tiny
bit of it?
Tiny pieces of it, but according to the comments,
okay, let me hear what they're saying.
They're asking if it's on Apple Music.
Yes, it is.
They absolutely loved it. They like the beat. It's groovy. They like the message. So I'm definitely going to check it out in my ride home.
Okay, then. Yeah. Well, I think
you might make this your theme song for what you're doing when you're advocating for.
I think I may have to. Yeah,
I really do. She's amazing, and I'm just so grateful to God that He dropped her in our midst on a trip. So, with that being said, we have come to this time, and first, before I go any further, what were you're trying to tell me something? Yes. Before I go any further, we have some great comments out there. I want to give the team a little bit to come on and share with us some of the comments, because we do appreciate the Carter crew feedback, and definitely I'm so excited to have all the wonderful the courts. What do you?
Facebookers.
No,
The
no.
palace.
The palace. We have the palace out here as well as the Browns. I know they are in the house. So
Mhm.
if you could go ahead and share with us, Abigail.
Yeah, so the first comment or question, I'm sorry, is from Julie Bernard on Facebook. And she asked, have you ever overcommitted to somebody?
I have. That was a big problem for me. As I said earlier, is I have a tendency, or I had a tendency of wanting to go and save everyone. And so, yes, I have. I had that problem.
And what about you guys? Have you guys ever like spread yourself too thin, maybe, or overcommitted yourself?
Ooh, yeah, yes. I
Mm.
was in a relationship for 7 years. If that's not an example,
Yes.
unmarried, no ring, hoping and wishing,
Waiting on them to
praying.
come on over here.
Yes, and that's a perfect example of overcommitment.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm so glad you're saying that and being so honest, because sometimes we as women, and I'm not taking anything from men, but
Mhm.
we as women, we sit in something too long because you're hoping and you're believing for an outcome that you already got a sign early on that you were
Yeah.
not going to get.
Stay way too long, wasted a lot of years. No frustration, but just looking back, I should have left a little bit sooner because that man was not committed to me. And that's a level of accountability that I've held myself to. Like, especially I'm like, so when I talk to younger women, if it's 2 years, what are you doing? If he wanted to marry you, he would have. So at this point, you have to have that conversation with yourself.
I have a question when it comes to dating, and I'm a Scorpio too. When's your birthday?
October 28th.
I'm October 29th.
Oh,
So, do you ever feel like in relationships that you believe, and maybe you are a little wiser, so maybe you don't believe this anymore, but do you ever feel like you went through a phase where you believe that you can commit enough for both of you, or that you can do the work for both people?
Absolutely. I was Superwoman.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yeah.
you want to tell her how that turned out?
No.
Never good.
Yeah.
Never good. Because the only person you have control over is you. The only person you can change is you.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Okay, then. Next question.
We'll move on to the next question. We got mostly comments.
Okay. Well, give us a couple of comments, and then we're going to go ahead and just say our goodbye, because I definitely want to give them an opportunity to really share their story and their experience and how we can find them.
Yeah, so actually, I do want to share one more comment. Someone asked you, Karli, if you were, what was your birth sign? Because we were talking about not being on a leash and being, with your free will and rebellious. So I want to know if you're a Sagittarius.
Actually, I am not a Sag. Shout out to the Sagittarius, though. They're pretty dope. I am actually a Pisces.
Okay.
She's a water sign.
Water sign.
Mhm.
Love water.
Okay.
And then we had someone someone with the channel named Love and Hope. People want to see leaders who are real. That sometimes is the issue with why people fall away from the church when they experience being judged for their shortcomings instead of being supported to overcome.
Ooh, yes.
So true. Wow. That is so. Now that, I think we just need to keep that pinned up there. Can you keep that comment up there? Because I have to agree with you. Love and hope. 100%. Okay, then. Well, it's that time of the show where we have to give our final thoughts, and it went too fast.
It did.
It went too
It
fast.
did.
And so at this time, we say what we feel and your experience on the show. And of course, we let the people know how to get in touch with you. I'm going to start with Karli. What is your experience and what did you learn from the show?
You have, I say this a lot, but it's every time I come on this show, it's more of an eye opener to me that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So granted, yeah, I seem like I might have a little wisdom here and there, but I know my place in the room, and I know when to sit and listen and learn and take notes.
Wow.
So every time I come here, I am learning something, and I am taking notes, and I do appreciate you guys for having me on here and sharing this experience with me, because I do learn every time I come.
Oh my God. And you know what? It's such an honor to have you
Thank
here,
you.
because you don't just learn, you pour in as well.
right.
So I don't ever want you to downplay what you're bringing to the table. You would not be in the room if you weren't qualified to be in the
Period.
room. So nothing
Yeah.
else I need to say. Okay, and how can they find you? Because you got some stuff going on.
Yes, like I said, I am a financial educator. You can find me, and I'm gonna elaborate on that in just a second. But you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram page is KILLVH_K. That's Killa K. And there it's my entrepreneur page. Just a disclaimer, I know some of my posts may be a little confusing, but if you take a look, it kind of goes into detail about who I am and what I do. And like I said, I'm a financial educator. My goal is to enlighten people in the area of finances, is to kind of change their perspective of how we see money, especially in our community. I've come across a lot of people, especially people in my generation. They have told me, they've spoken from their mouths, I don't believe in wealth. I don't think wealth exists. There's no such thing as wealth. And I'm like, that lets me know that whoever you've been listening to or you've surrounded yourself with, they gave you a misconception of money. You know, we like to we misquote that scripture.
Yes.
When it says money is the root of all evil. No, it says for the love of money is the root of all evil. In other words, when you put something before God, it's as if you're worshiping it. Now, granted, I like money, but it's not God. I know who to seek first. Now, I would like a lot of it in my pocket, but I'm just saying, you know, that's what I try to help people to understand. And then from there, you know, I teach them the basics and the fundamentals of savings, debt elimination, income protection, income management. Because at the end of the day, everybody's objective for their personal financial situation is totally different. However, my goal is to help you achieve that goal as necessary as possible.
Right.
And with that being said, she will be coming back on the podcast to talk about financial literacy. Yes, especially speaking to the younger generation.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thank you.
And to Queen Shiba.
I am so like loving Karli. Like seriously, I'm really grateful to be here and also experience like a younger person. Right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yes.
I really am. And you said something earlier. You said I'm on my way. And what I wanted to say is you're already there.
You're already there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yes.
Just drive the car
Just
on cruise control.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to pour that into you because you need to hear that.
Thank you.
So just go. Close your eyes and jump.
Got you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All righty. And Queen Shiba, what has been your experience on the Love and Victory show? And what did you take out of today's conversation? And then tell them how they can find you.
All right. So I'm like, that's how I start off my. So what I've learned is to stay curious. We're all unique in our different ways. And there's so much wisdom in everybody that you meet. Like, get curious about people. Ask questions because it's always a learning opportunity, right? You said 2 years. When we're talking, I only know what I know, but I don't know what you know.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So as long as I'm talking, I'm not learning.
Wow.
And it's important to be able to learn and hear, even if you don't believe, share the same religious background, whatever, political beliefs.
Right.
There is something that you can take from people, even in insults. There's something that you can take away of value.
Yes.
Did I answer the question?
You answered that question.
How can they find you?
So you can find me on YouTube, Queen Shiba with an I, Darling, and also on Instagram, Queen Shiba Darling, spelled the same way.
Let me tell you guys, check her out. I mean, literally, I don't think that I have ever promoted a YouTuber as much as I tell people about you. So check her out. You definitely will be blessed. You will learn something. And more importantly, when you want to hear something positive, good content out there, you can get hers.
I receive that.
All right. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. You guys are going to hear more from her because we have a surprise coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. And Brother Carter, what was your experience today and what did you take away?
Speaking on the note of the title of the show, Unexpected Battles, you can rest assured that you will have unexpected battles come into your life as so long as we live, whether it be on the job or the loss of a loved one or whatever the occasion may be. The thing is how you respond to the unexpected challenges that come into your life. And I would encourage you to take your time in the situation. Be in the moment, but don't stay in the moment.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So I want to say thank you for all the ladies on the panel today. Thank you, Facebookers and YouTubers that come into our lives every Saturday morning. We love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. And we'll see you next Saturday.
And of course, I know Brother Carter is wrapping it up real quick for us. I just have to say to these ladies right here, thank you so much. People love to say that we as women can't sit down and have a conversation, and gents, yes, we can,
Yes.
from different perspectives, from different walks of life. So thank you guys for bringing it in. And to our Carter crew, we love you. And until next Saturday, we'll see you.